Today we will get into our present active indicative verbs. So this is our first series in Latin verbs that is actually going to cover some of your tenses. So your tense here is present. That is what we mean by present. It's happening now. Your voice is active. That means your subject of your verb is doing the action. And indicative is your mood. Really all that means is that it is stating a fact. It is a bog standard verb that you will use normally. Your other option here would be subjunctive, which usually is used to express any kind of doubt, but it's also used in really specific constructions in Latin that we will come on to in later videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want more Latin grammar in the future. We also need to accept that we have different verb patterns in Latin. You actually have 5 verb patterns, and we call them, the fancy term is conjugations. So there are 5 conjugations in Latin that every single verb, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 irregular verbs, will fit into, which is great because once you've learnt your 5 patterns, all you need to do then is know which pattern your verb fits into. So we're today looking at the first conjugation. We will be covering second, third, fourth and mixed in the coming videos, so don't forget to subscribe. We will always translate the present tense verbs as I do or I am doing. So I or I am humming. In English, these are technically 2 different tenses. In Latin, there is no differentiation. So you just go with whatever translation sounds best for that sentence. So I carry or I am carrying. How do we form the present? We take our present stem, which you will be able to find in your principal parts. If you need a help on understanding what I mean by principal parts, click on the video that's coming up now. Then we will add a linking vowel that is different for all our conjugations. And then we add on our basic person endings. If you don't know your basic person endings, click on the link to the video that I made last week about this. So an example here for our first conjugation is portamus. You can see for our first conjugation, the linking vowel is going to be an A. So here we have porto, portas, portat, portamus, portatis, portant. So this is always going to be I, you, singular. So if there's just one of the person you're addressing, he, she, or it. Then we, you, plural. So if you're talking to a crowd, or more than one person, and they. So I carry, you carry, he, she, or it carries, we carry, you, plural carry, and they carry. And remember, you have that alternative translation of I am carrying. So you are carrying. This is then your first conjugation. All verbs that go in the first conjugation will have these endings in the present tense. O, as, at, amus, artis, ant. So let us practice this. What I recommend you do is pause your video, have a go, and then let me know in the comments how you got on. Did you get them all right? Pause now. Okay, so let's have a look. So portatis, if we look in our vocab, we know that porto means to carry. So portatis here will mean you, plural, carry. Amas, if you look in the vocab list, amo means I love. So amas, amo, amas, amat, you, singular, love. Laudant means I praise. Well, laudo means I praise. So if it ends in ant, it is going to be they praise. Voco, we have in our vocab list. Voco is I call. If it just ends in that O, it's going to be I. Spectat, O as at, third person singular. So he, she, or it would depend on who your subject is in that sentence. He, she, or it watches. Paramus. If it ends in mus, it is going to be we, and we know from our vocab list that para means I prepare, so we prepare. Laudatis. If it ends in atis, it will be you, plural, as we saw in number 1. So you, plural, praise. Amo, if it ends in your O, it is going to be I, and we have in our vocab list amo meaning I love. And to finish, vocas, if it ends in as, it will be you, singular, as we saw in number 2. And voco means to call, so you, singular, call. How did you do in those examples? This is your first conjugation. So if you have a verb that goes like porto, it will go exactly like this. O as at, amus, artis, ant. Now, you might wonder, how can you tell if it's first conjugation? Well, one, you can refer to my video about that here, or you can simply learn it in your vocab list as you go. In almost all vocab lists when you are learning Latin, it will tell you either 1, 2, 3, 4 or mixed after it. And that will tell you which conjugation it goes like. So you have those 5 patterns in Latin. This was the first pattern for your present tense. I hope that this video was useful. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to cover, and thank you for watching.